Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more. The Man That Can Project podcast, a podcast empowering career-driven men to live more fulfilling lives. We are here to challenge your beliefs, redefine success, and talk about the important stuff in a relatable way. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. My name's Lachie, Stuart. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Now, if you're tuning in, thank you for listening. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a review. I want to talk to you about mental preparation. Today I had what for me was an extremely challenging workout. It was a 10-mile or 16-kilometer run with 150 burpees straight into like a pull-up. It was insane. The run felt really good, don't get me wrong, but those pull-ups and burpees were brutal, and I made the mistake of drinking a protein shake a little bit too close to running, and well, we all know what happens when you do that. Anyway, so I was thinking about this. I'm always talking about morning routines and preparation for how you can maximize your day. One of the other important things in my life is my training, is my my health and fitness. And for a lot of people who are working towards health and fitness goals, one thing that you may be lacking is the mental preparation side. I posted a reel before that two of the things that are very much undervalued is a good warm-up and your mental preparation for the workout. Now, when you look at mental prep, there is mental prep training that you can do, okay, which much like consistently doing your morning routines and testing things and finding out the benefits that you experience. There's that, but then there is also the game day effect, and I want to talk to you about the game day. Now, often mental preparation is spoken about for those professional athletes. Many of the men that I work with, and I'm sure you listening, have a health goal. So I would consider, if you're working towards a health goal and you need to go from wherever you're currently sitting with that goal to a new level of fitness for yourself, to me, if you treat that like a professional athlete, it means you're taking it fucking seriously. Many people don't take their health goals seriously, which is why they don't achieve the outcome that they want. So if we are to take the approach that your health goal is one of the most important things to you, right? You want to thrive to that health goal, and then you can start looking at maintaining and integrating it with a balanced life. People always talk about, and I talk about it a lot, but you've got to get there in the first place. So let's look at it like this. You've got a goal. That goal would be attached to a plan, right? A training program, I would imagine, and you may have some nutritional advice and some restorative or recovery protocols attached to that. At least, well, that's what we do in our academy. From that, we then look at, okay, how do I need to attack each workout? There should be a stimulus. There should be an intention for the workout. Now, one thing I'm very excited about is we roll out new improvements, I guess, to our academy, is putting these stimuluses in for how I would personally approach a workout, or what I would like an individual to gain from it, and the mindset that you can take to that. So things we need to consider when you're doing your mental preparation based around the outcome that you want. It starts with the intention. What outcome would you like to achieve from this training session? And it should be periodized. Now, some people have the approach, man, I don't want to burn myself out. I'm just going to cruise. And if that works for you, that works for you. Other people just go absolutely balls to the wall every single training session and wonder why they're injured, wonder why they're feeling run down. So we've got to work out how we balance that out. And one, obviously, I believe in taking ownership and responsibility. So, the perceived rate of exertion model based on how you're feeling with your work, stress, etc. However, if you know there's an outcome you're working towards, and for myself, I'm training for endurance sort of events that are going to really stress my body. I can't do that every day or I'll burn out, as I mentioned. But I do need to have periods within my training program like today where I'm faced with a really challenging workout. Now, from my experience, what I know comes with that is a whole heap of mental demons and also physical challenges. So the things we need to think about, how do we get our head in the game? Firstly, for me, it's about visualizing what I'm going to experience. Now, generally, when you're trying challenging things or you're getting in the game or if you're treating it seriously, you should have practiced before you go for a hard out effort, right? So for me, running's practiced, burpees practiced, pull-ups practiced. Awesome. I understand what my pacing is for certain different distances. And what I mean by my pacing, I mean, I can hold sub 5 minute kilometers for 10K. Okay, so therefore, if I'm looking at a 16-kilometer workout, I might pop that out like I did today to a 5:30 kilometer per hour pace for that part of the workout. Does that make sense? So I can strategize and pace. But what I want to do is visualize it, right? What is it going to be like for me experiencing that run? I know what it's like to run 1K. I know what it's like to run 10K. I've run a half marathon. So I have reference points. If you don't have reference points, well, talk to people who have done it and get some feedback around blisters, chafing, knee pain, hydration, food intake, etc. All of those things are important, but you need to visualize those moments happening, because if you can prepare as best as you can, you will be able to respond better when shit hits the fan. And majority of the time, things don't go to plan. As I mentioned, my toilet break that was needed today. But rather than going, fuck, I didn't prepare properly, or my guts are hurting, or my ankles hurting, I said, okay, this has popped up. Here's what I'm going to do about it. Here is how I'm going to moderate my pace to make up for the time. Okay, but because I'd visualized, because I'd set the intention that I'm probably going to expect something to go wrong, how am I going to respond to it? And for the outcome that I was looking for, it had to be a positive response. A reaction would not have helped me at all. So the first thing to think about in your mental preparation is visualizing what you're about to put yourself through and using anchor points or reference points from training and from, I guess, other challenging things in your life. And that should be, I guess, aligned with that to sort of lean on to go, hey, I could experience this. This is how I'm going to handle that. I could experience, this over here as well. And this is how I want to respond to that one. So leaning on that, right, that's that first part of mental prep, so that you're really covering and being best prepared mentally for those things. The second thing is your strategy. Many people don't have a strategy or a stimulus for their programming and their training sessions. Now, it's really important, and the more you train them, the more you'll understand this. But as I've spoken about a lot with the life stuff that we do, it's important to have an intention and a strategy for what you want to get out of your day. Have a strategy for skills that you may want to learn, people that you want to network with in order to achieve other goals in your life. It's no different with exercising or with training. So what's your strategy for attacking this workout, and what do you want to get out of it? Okay, for example, the workout today, I strategized running is my strong point. I wanted to make as much time or use as little time on the run, and then allow myself to sort of find a pace on those burpee pull-ups, because I knew they're a bit of a slower movement for me. So my strategy was pump the run and just bring it home on the end there, right? But you can obviously choose strategies when going into various kinds of workouts, from strength or hypertrophy training to strength and conditioning. What's your main focus, and how are you going to strategize your your building sets or your warm-up sets, so that when you're ready to sort of fire and do your main sets, you're hitting it at your peak. So the second one is strategy. And thirdly, which I already touched on, is your response to adversity. There is always going to be adversity, but this is once again also why I'm a massive believer in challenging yourself through physical exercise, and especially in a similar stimulus to what you're training towards, because if adversity happens, you want to know that you've been there before. You want to know that you have reference points to lean on and that you are capable of overcoming it. So if you're working on endurance events, you're going to have to push yourself with some long ones, some ones that maybe you don't feel like doing, right? It's much, if I go back to the 30, get this actually, got an email back. This is off topic just quickly. I got an email back from Guinness World Records, and my world record was a world record for the number of consistent rows that I did. And I guess for those tuning in, I rode 30 marathons in 30 days. But because I did not reset the rower each row by recalibrate, sorry, is the word I'm looking for, didn't qualify. So tossing up whether to do that one again. But anyway, back on track. When I was doing the rows, as I was building up my time on the rower, I started going, oh, this could hurt. I'm going to have blisters here. I need energy at this point in the row. My grip's hurting, my elbow's hurting. And I learned so that when I got to the actual start of my challenge, I had tape, I had elbow, I had the right support crew and foods and gels and everything like that to help give me the best shot to succeed. So that is mental preparation. Many people train without it. We just walk in aimlessly to the gym and we wonder why I'm not getting the results. And if the goal that you're working towards is really important to you, the mental preparation can be something that you go through in your head when you're warming up. The mental preparation can be something that you go through on your drive or walk to the gym. Okay, just start being more intentional with how am I going to maximize my time and what response or outcome do I want from my training. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you got value from it, remember, hit the follow, subscribe button, leave comments, leave reviews. It's all extremely helpful because all the information I'm sharing here is to help you become your own best friend and do something today to be better for tomorrow. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachie Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.